Hello, welcome to the X. Have you ever wondered why your eyes sometimes deceive you? Welcome to the intriguing world of optical illusions, where nothing is as it seems. Our eyes, remarkable as they are, can sometimes trick us into seeing things that aren't real. This misinterpretation of visual information is what creates optical illusions, a phenomenon that has puzzled and fascinated humans for centuries. These illusions challenge our perception of reality, leading us to question what we see. So why do these optical illusions occur? Let's delve deeper to understand. Our brain is the control center of our body, but sometimes it too can get confused. This is particularly true when it comes to interpreting visual information. You see, our brain is like a grand maestro conducting an orchestra with light, depth, color, and perspective as its musical instruments. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in how we perceive the world around us. First up, light. Our brain uses light to understand what we are seeing. It's why shadows can make a sunny afternoon seem ominous, or how a dimly lit room can transform mundane objects into creepy figures. The brain reads the intensity and direction of light to give shape and form to objects, and sometimes slight manipulations in this light can lead to surprising visual phenomena. Next, we have depth and perspective. The brain uses these elements to judge distances and sizes. It's why a tall building seems to shrink as you walk away from it, or why parallel train tracks appear to converge in the distance. The brain's interpretations of depth and perspective are based on its understanding of the world. But when these assumptions are challenged, it can result in some intriguing optical illusions. Color, too, plays a pivotal role. It's like the spice in a dish, bringing life to what we see. But just as too much spice can overwhelm a dish, unusual color combinations can trick our brains into seeing things that aren't really there. And sometimes, when these elements, light, depth, perspective, and color, are manipulated in unique ways, our brain can interpret them incorrectly. This leads to optical illusions, where what we see doesn't match reality. It's like a magic trick, except the magician is our own brain, and the stage is our perception of the world. So the next time you see a strange image, remember it's not your eyes playing tricks on you, but your brain interpreting the information in a unique way. After all, in the world of optical illusions, seeing is not always believing. Now you might be thinking, what are the types of optical illusions that our brain struggles with? Well, let's dive right in. First up, we've got ambiguous images. These are clever little tricksters that can appear as two different things depending on how your brain decides to interpret them. It's like a visual tug-of-war in your mind. Next, we have distorting illusions. These play with our perception of size, length, and curvature. They can make straight lines seem bent or identical sizes appear different. It's all about how they mess with the spatial relationships within the image. Lastly, there's the paradox illusions. These are the mind benders, the impossible objects that can't exist in three-dimensional space, yet there they are on your screen, defying the laws of physics. All these illusions manipulate visual elements in such a way that they trick our brains into seeing what isn't really there. Isn't it fascinating how our brain can interpret the same image in different ways? So, to sum up, why do optical illusions happen? Well, it all boils down to the fascinating way our brain interprets visual information. Our brain is a master of perception, constantly working to make sense of the world around us. It takes in raw data through our eyes, processes it, and creates a coherent picture of reality. But sometimes, this process can be tricked. When we encounter an optical illusion, what we're really experiencing is a discrepancy between what our eyes see and what our brain perceives. Often, these illusions are cleverly designed to exploit the shortcuts and assumptions our brain makes when interpreting visual data. For example, an illusion might play with perspective, color, or patterns to trick our brain into seeing something that isn't there. In essence, optical illusions happen because our brain is trying to make sense of the world in the most efficient way possible. It usually does a stellar job, but when presented with conflicting information, it can get a little confused. This confusion is what we perceive as an illusion. It's like a magic trick for the brain, but instead of a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, it's our own perception playing tricks on us. So the next time you come across an optical illusion, remember it's not magic, but science at work. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.